Hello friends, good afternoon and welcome to EduSat Live Lectures. Dear friends, today we are going to conduct fourth lecture in the series of ERP systems. To discuss this topic, we have with us our subject expert, Dr. U.S. Pandey. Dr. Pandey is Associate Professor in Department of Computer Sciences in School of Open Learning, University of Delhi. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Sir to our studios and request him to start the lecture. Welcome, Sir.
Thank you. We are talking about the ERP system in the previous lectures. Let us more concentrate what is ERP again. Now, what is ERP is? Enterprises Resource Planning. As we have discussed, it may be the integrated key to the customers and suppliers as part of the enterprise operations. As ERP system, which is providing the fully automation of any organization, industry or any kind of service supplier activities. It can integrate the customers and suppliers as part of its operational activity. As you may be knowing, we have given the examples earlier also. For example, if you are working in an e-commerce industries, you have just put some order to some industries, they would like to create your customer database properly. Simultaneously, they maintain the database of the supplier also, which is very much useful if you next time do any kind of activity with those organizations. They properly maintain your each and every details. For example, what is the place where the actual item is going to be delivered, what is the way of doing your payment system, is it through a credit card, is it through a debit card system, or you are doing some online activity, or it could be any other way also. What is your telephone number? By giving a telephone number, they will generate a key so that automatically they understand about your activities. And remember, if you have ordered through 3 times, they maintain the database properly. Not only this, they maintain your accounting system so that in future, if the industry wants or the organizational activity want to provide some kind of promotional benefits to you, any professional kind of activity or the professional activity which is going on in the industry, they want to provide you some kind of benefits, some kind of discount or some kind of other kind of coupons are like that, they can inform you. And simultaneously, they are having a better relation with the suppliers also, whom they are getting each and everything. So, in nutshell, we would like to say that ERP same, the whole system is being integrated with help taking the proper database of customer as well as the suppliers, their proper needs and sometimes their behavioral and all other activities also. Now, see, it provides integrated database and customer designed report system also. As per the requirements of the customer, a report is being prepared, what kind of the items which is being mostly used by this kind of a thing. The basic objective, a proper database based report can be created. And it adopt the set of best practices for carrying out all business processes. Remember, as we have just talked about, to do the better processing, to do the best business processing, these kind of databases help you too much. So, by utilizing this, the features of the ERP, best practices can be adopted. Now, some major reasons for adopting ERP systems are integrate financial information, integrate customer order information, standardize and speed up operations, processes, reduce inventory, and standardize human resource information. As we have just mentioned that in ERP system, all the financial transactions, the information is taken care of very easily. Not only this, the customer order information is also done properly. Why? Just we have given an example that if you put an order for a particular item once, immediately suppose next time you are just going to order for any other next item, automatically the information which you have put earlier will be automatically generated in front of you. Do you need to order the same thing again? Do you want to repeat the same order? Or you want to give something new also? Many previous information, for example, where the item is going to be put, where those kind of item is going to be delivered, your telephone number, your many other information, by which way you want to make the payment, almost all information come in front of you. If you want to make the certain changes, you can do it accordingly. Otherwise, many informations which are coming in front of you to save the time of customers and to understand the customer better. Even the customer can realize that the industry is just knowing him very well. So, providing this kind of information very easily to you. And now, all the operations are standardized in a proper manner. Second, the main benefit of it reduces the inventory, because just by your customer name, the supplier's name, your all detailed information which is helping that industry to understand you properly, to maintain all the kind of inventory organizations very well. Not only this, is standardize all the human resource information also. As we have just mentioned, it will give you the full transparent picture. Take again a very simple example. If you are just ordering some kind of activity, some kind of items with that particular organization, they will maintain your proper inventory system. Not only regarding the payment system, the payment history, even they can show you the graphical representation of your all activity, what are the items which you have bought in which month, how much you have invested, how much you have spent in that particular month, and what is your need, each and everything very properly. And if need be, they inform you through the mail or through the system, or providing you the proper report which have been generated at their part. So, just to make the customer more valuable, make the suppliers more valuable with the proper and detailed information, the ERP system play a very important role to standardize each and every activity which is being performed. It could be a financial, it could be a information through supply chain management, it could be a information regarding the all inventory control. It is not the inventory control of the customer only, it is the inventory of the whole system generated. And imagine that when each and every system, or in other words, each and every section is function is properly, fully automated, all the activities can be integrated very easily. Now, what is the potential benefit of ERP? The internal benefits are integration of single source of data, common data definition, a real-time system. The main benefit, the potential benefit of the ERP is going to be there. The integration of single source of data, the amount of information, the data which you are collecting, the common data definition, and as very important, it's real time system. Immediately you will get that information updated. Again, you can take example. For example, if you are looking a particular item where some discount is going on, nowadays you may be seeing that lot of e-commerce website are offering much more good way of discount or some different kind of offers to you. Sometimes they give you a very limited time. Imagine you are looking for a good mobile phone. You go out of the system, you are already a valued customer, so your login and everything is already there. You have to just go and see whether you are going to opt for which kind of mobile system. If it is there in some kind of system, immediately you can choose that system and computer will respond you spontaneously in a real time whether the things are remaining for you or not. So, the real system provide you the exact position of that particular item. It could be in any way, as maybe you are knowing, go to the reservation counters and you will find what is the situation at the moment when you are fill up the form or when you have given the response. Computer will immediately respond exact position at that particular time. So, the real time activity, the real time system is more beneficial in many ways. Now, it increased the productivity, as we have just mentioned that the main benefits of when you are having a real system or other things are going on, it increased the productivity, reduced the operating cost, improved internal communication and foundation of future improvement. As we have just mentioned, because the all functions are fully automated, naturally the productivity will automatically be increased. Where you are supposed to get the information in hours, in days, in months, now you are getting in real time. So, definitely the productivity is going to be increased. Same thing you can take in especially in the e-commerce industry or other areas where you are ordering the item immediately and within limited time you are receiving that particular item. And not only this, it is reducing the operating cost. You will be surprised to know that the cost is reducing in many ways. Again, you can take a very simple example. For example, if you go to any big mall or any big place shop just to buy a particular cloth, imagine usually that shop is in a better place in any good market where the rents are very high. But the same thing you can get through net easily on a discounted price. Why? Because those e-commerce warehouses are in somewhere in the remote area where they have to put less amount of money towards rent or towards their showroom. That cost is also being reduced. Secondly, as a customer you have to visit the place, you have to visit the shop, you have to identify those things. So, if you just go on the counting part, you are going visiting the shop, the amount which is involved in that case from the customer point of view and from the supplier point of view, lot of amount which is being invested just to show off those kind of things, just to establish your shop at a proper market, that whole amount can be saved. Now imagine not only this way of operation, lot of other activities, as we have just mentioned number of times, the functions are fully automated. Automatically the price is going to be reduced. And that is why the e-commerce industry is flourishing like anything. Even if you buy the same item from the market, usually it happens if you buy the same thing from the e-commerce website, usually you get 10-20% less. And as you know that lot of good features are there, if you are not satisfied with your particular item, immediately you can send it back without any charge, without any cost. If you want, your money will be refunded immediately. If you want, some new product will be delivered to you. So the lot of operating cost is being reduced. As we have understand, productivity will automatically increase. An important thing is that improve the internal communication. As we have just mentioned, because each and every individual, each and every officials are interlinked. So they can communicate among themselves very easily, because that system provide this kind of activity to those employees. Even the customer can integrate, customer can have an multiple different kind of talking and other kind of things with the employees are the persons who are involved in the entire process. So definitely it improved the internal communications also. If any kind of discrepancy is there, that can be easily resolved. And very important thing, this is the foundation for future improvement. Now, as we have just maybe knowing that in a bigger organization there are big problems. Thousands of persons are working, every individual's activity are different, every person's the pay structure is different, every person other kind of incoming, outgoing and different kind of activities are different. Maintaining each and everything on a paper is a very difficult task. Through the ERP system, all the activities of the employee of the organization, if customers are there, consumers are there, different kind of vendors are there, financial controls are going to be there, SCM, that is supply chain management system is going to be there, are overall all other activities which have been fully automated. If required from future point of view, it is going to be much more good if all other future activities will be driven by this kind of activity. And in other words, it gives a way how you can do the better improvement in the same organization. So as we have mentioned, lot of productivity we can increase, the operating cost is going to be reduced, the internal communication will increase, and which will pay a best way for future activity. Now other potential benefits of the ERP, what we are talking is external, now external benefits. Improved customer service and order fulfillment, improved communication with the suppliers and customer, enhanced competitive position and increased sales and profit. As we have just mentioned till now, we discuss about the lot of internal benefits. Externally, it is going to be much more beneficial. Again, we can just take a simple example. For example, if you are looking for a particular product, now you have a freedom to go on the website. Different websites are going to be there. You can compare the price of the same product from the different positions. You can get the exact idea about all the description of that product, that also you can check with the specific sites which are there just to make the comparative statements among all the different sites. Sometimes you will find that one side is giving the benefit to you of 20%, other may be 22%. You can find out, you can check why they are giving this kind of things. Not only this, externally, as we have just mentioned, that easily communication can be maintained between the suppliers, between the customers, vendors and all. If some kind of discrepancy is there in a particular product, immediately you can make a call to them and you can easily find out. There is no restrictions at all. Some companies are providing with a 24/7 all help to you. If you do have any kind of problem, if you do have any kind of discrepancy related anything, you can communicate and get it resolved very soon. So, externally it is providing lot of benefits, as today customers are feeling or the consumers are much more safe than the earlier. And another thing, if you are doing the transactions properly through the online, all the proper records are maintained. Due to some reason, if you forget something, because all the transactions have been made online, each and everything is in order. So, it is making a strong bond between the supplier and customer, or you can say good consumers and different kind of vendors which are easily available. Externally, the another benefit is that a much more competitive environment. As I have just mentioned, that you can compare about a particular product from different industries, different websites, what are the shortcomings in which kind of product, you can find out easily through the website also. You can check it, you can get it clarified. So, each and everything is, as I mentioned, is available, you can begin. And when everything is in order, definitely it will increase you the sales and profit. And as you will be knowing that the amount which is going towards high and high, especially in the field of e-commerce, in $1 billion, the industries, the organizations are moving. You may be already knowing that there are many big establishments from more than 100 years are there in this country, but some of the small e-commerce sites, they are playing an important role and their turnover is much more than those kind of industries. And why these things are happening, you already know, because in society things are changing so fast. People prefer to buy things online because the item will be delivered to you at home easily. You can make payment at any time, you can order at any time. So, there is no restriction of time and all other activities also, and that is why this industry is flourishing like anything. And when ERP comes into the picture, which is controlling your each and every activity, the organizational activity to put things in a proper order. Now, ERP implementation approaches. The Big Bang, install a single ERP system across the entire organization. Franchisees, independent ERP systems are installed in a different units linked by common processes as bookkeeping. We do have discussed about the internal and external benefits of the system. Now, different kind of implementation approaches, you can install the entire ERP system which will monitor your entire organization. That can be done easily with the ERP system. Another, that you can use the franchisees system where these systems are independent of ERP system, can be installed in different units linked by common processes also. So, the way ERP systems are going to be implemented. Slum dunk is also going to be there, installed one or several ERP modules for phased implementation of the key business processes. So, different kind of implementation systems are going to be there, and easily ERP system can be implemented into that. Now, you can see the major phases of ERP implementation, taking example of Kent Sandoe Enterprises integration. Here till now what we have talked about the system of the implementation and all, this initiation, develop, business case, project scope and implementation strategies, and the planning for that is to establish implementation team, determine goal and objective, established matrices. So, these are the major phases of the ERP implementation of this organization, how they are just planning to establish the different phases of implementation system. Analysis and process design. Analyze and improve existing processes, map new processes to be adopted by the system. As we know, when we are moving towards the new system, all the existing systems, policies and each and every details must be integrated with the new system, or the all activities which you are performing at the moment need to be integrated with the new system. So, these things to be analyzed and process designing to be done, so that each and everything be took in a proper place. Now, another important features are like realization. The install a base system, customization and test the system. So, there are different major phases are going to be there. It could be a transition also, replace the formal system with a new system, data conversion and the operation, monitor and improve system performance, provide continued training and technical support. So, what we have discussed till now about the major phases of ERP implementation of a particular organization, what is how the integrated this system is being required, what are the major points need to be covered when you are just implementing and the ERP system and organization, especially the different divisions like the transitions, operations and each and everything like that. The major challenges to the ERP implementation are the limitations of the ERP technical capabilities, inconsistency with the existing business process, cost, implementation, hardware, software, training, consulting and maintenance. The major challenges, as we have just discussed, especially in the ERP systems, are the technical capabilities are going to be there, and the different existing business processes are going to be there, and cost is going to be the very important factor which involve lot of hardware, software, training and consulting and maintenance parts of the systems are there. Now imagine those kind of systems which are having a huge costing of hardware, software and taking the trainings of their employees and the persons, consulting organizations and doing the maintenance where a huge amount of cost is going to be there. So there are many major challenges to the ERP implementation systems. Thank you. Again, we would like to continue with the major challenges of the ERP system which we are just discussing. I am Dr. Pandey speaking on the same topic of your ERP system, the different kind of limitations of the ERP technical capabilities, the inconsistencies with the existing business processes, the costing which was going to be there, the major part of the cost which is a very important factor. Why? Because a huge amount of cost is involved towards the costing of hardware system, the costing of the entire software to be used for ERP system, the consultancy to be done for integrating of the whole entire system, and the biggest thing is the maintenance. The maintenance of the whole ERP system itself is a big task. Now, the impact of an organization structure, front office versus back office, product lines, etc. are going to be there. Not only this, even just after implementing the ERP system, a lot of changes is required in the employee's responsibility. Take example, earlier when the system was not there in order, people who used to work on a paper-based activity, they are now supposed to do through the computer system. Another simple example you can understand, those who are working in account section, preparing the payroll system, preparing the different kind of inventory control, maintaining the ledger books and all, they have to be trained how this computer system is going to be helpful to them. Not only this, even in the ERP system, sometimes many things is already integrated. Lot of account activity is simultaneously taking place. It is not the usual accounting system which are usually done, but when you are working in an ERP system, it could be entirely different, and that all those need to be told to the employees who are handling all those things. So when you are actually implementing lot of other responsibility to each and every individuals is going to be different from position to position. Now, what are the major challenges of this ERP system are going to be? Flexibility of the software system, upgrades, implementation timeless, availability of internal technical knowledge and resources. As we have just discussed, the moment you implement a new system, sometimes lot of discrepancies are there, sometimes lot of problem may arise, different kind of activity may take place, resolving those, or in other way the system upgradation. And third important point is time bound activity, and the availability of internal technical knowledge. How many persons in your organizations are having the knowledge about the system, about the ERP system which have been implemented? Whether you are doing totally outsource or your internal persons need to be told each and every activity. It is happening now in many organizations, many big organizations. If they are not IT organizations, their whole IT departments are either outsourced or they are just busy in providing lot of training to the all organizational people. As I have just mentioned, when each and every function is fully automated, what will happen in that case? Every person is supposed to know. In other words, every employee is supposed to know what are the activity he used to do. Usually, by implementing the ERP system, it has been found that where 6 or 7 accounting persons were there, now one person is sufficient. He has to just control the system only, put the data, automatically computer will take care of that. Even in the same way in supply chain management, where many persons are involved to delivering all those kind of activity, now computer is taking care of, handing to be done only by the specific employee regarding some item. Same thing is happening in almost every area of that. Still you need a technical expert so that the things can be monitored easily, and that is why it is very important how much technical knowledge are going to be there or what are the resources which are available to you. The education and training is an important part. Why? The moment you implement, it is a very difficult process that until or unless each and every employee which is using the system are trained about all those things, or they need to be educated, even if they need not to do anything with those activity, they are supposed to know about the system. Take an example, even if a person who is not handling day-to-day activity or the different kind of activity, if they are just applying for a leave, they do have to apply through the system itself. If they are looking for any kind of organizational activity, take example some financial transactions or some financial transaction authorization need to be done, because each and every activity have to be performed through the system, through the ERP system. So the employees, any employee, they need to be educated about the system. And implementation strategy and execution is also an important part. The resistance to change. As already you know, the change management concept itself is there. If any things are coming in an organization by the name of change, usually, traditionally, people oppose it. Maybe it is good or bad, that is entirely different. So you have to see the resistance, the employees, the way of working, each and everything. So they need to be taken care in that way. So this is also a major challenge if you are working in that organization, are looking for a change for establishment of the ERP system. Now you can see some kind of casting pattern. If a system we have just taken, Barn, J.D. Edwards, Lawson, Oracle, you can see if you are looking for a medium, average, smallest and largest, you will find out how the costing patterns are going to be different. It could be a SAP also, it could be a SSA also. So, how we have taken it from implementation of study reveals the cost benefit, the performance of that also. Although these are the data which is rapidly changing, but you can see the costing very different from one ERP system to the another ERP system. The benefits of the ERP implementation meta group survey, what I have given, its benefits are mostly in terms of cost containment rather than revenue increase. 53 companies out of 63 reported annual savings of over $5 million with the median annual saving of $1.6 million. 9 companies account for 73.4% of the reported saving. Imagine this is the survey which have been done by the Meta Group. The study found that much of the ERP value is in indirect, non-quantifiable benefits. A number of companies surveyed had a negative and present value. So, this we are not putting, but this is the survey by an organizational, but that by investment of so much huge amount towards the software, or you can say toward the ERP system, has much more benefited to many organizations. We do have discussed some of the point, like it is increased like anything, productivity has increased, relationship among the employees are between the customers and other things have increased too much, and they have provided much more good benefits also. Now, here ERP implementation key enablers, 1 APQC best practice report. The organization is prepared for the change. The executive leaders are active and visible in their support. The initiative is seen as a business imperative by the organization. The resources are available to conduct the project completely. A good packaged system is used and not customized. The user group is trained to use the software before it is implemented. Now, imagine this is about a report of a particular organization where they are ready with the changes. The many hardware concept is already available there. People are trained, they are ready for a change. So, this kind of things is also a very important factor before implementing the ERP systems are. Now, another ERP implementation practices, the project management of the APQC systems are, the organizations link implementation teams to both the technical and functional department. They tightly control the implementation processes. The best practice report suggests that in a project management, where the implementation team to both the technical and functional departments are there, they have been linked, and their tightly controlled implementation processes are there, so that the things can be executed in much more good way. They approximately use consultant throughout the implementation process. They manage turnover of the key implementation employees. They have a basic business regions for implementation, and they align implementation with the organizational strategies. As we have talked about the best report, these features need to be taken care by implementing or by linking the proper departments easily, taking the help of the consultants who are available there, using the best resources which are available with the organization, that too in a proper manner, and all the business regions are going to be there for implementation. Again, why I am just saying is like that, if a big organization is going to be there and they are looking for this ERP implementation, you have to see why they are going for it. Is there is any need also there? So, the organizations we are looking for it, their basic regions need to be taken first care, that where the implementation is required or not, what are their organizational strategies to implement those kind of softwares. Another very important thing is change management. The redesigned jobs call for higher level of skills and accountability. Change management is viewed as more than just increased training and communication. Now, imagine this change management provide an important role. Why? Because there are higher levels of skills and accountability need to be redesigned. The best way how the things can be used in the organizations. The enterprise wide systems drive redesigned changes. The executive sponsor is the change agent. Resistance from the workforce, including management, is the most significant obstacle. As we have just told you, that the resistance from the management or from the entire works which you are looking, usually just to get a change is a very difficult, until or unless, because each and every individual, as we have just now told you, that each employee, whether he is working at a higher position, whether he is working at a lower position, everybody need to be educated, need to be get trained with the new ERP system, or in other words, all the managerial level persons also have to change their role into the new system. They have their work need to be reassigned in a redesigned manner. Because what is happening just by implementing the ERP system, lot of activity which you are usually taking place will be reduced. Some new areas will be open at that moment. So, those new areas details need to be discussed, need to be assigned to the new managerial position. Take example, earlier you are getting only one or two different kind of report. Maybe after ERP system you are getting 10 different kind of reports which you are not getting, different kind of modeling, different kind of patterns, different kind of technical things you may be getting. So, you require a person who can just go through, who can be an expert in those area, who can understand those reports, we can analyze those reports. So, these things, the role of those persons are going to be changed. Now, Another important aspect is technology excellence. Now, organizations rely heavily on the ERP packages as majority of their application configure. The whole thing is totally depend upon your technological excellence, because the total system is dependent on the technology infrastructure. How these things are going to be there, who is managing, how much technological expertization of those peoples are having. And that is why you may be knowing that major technological experts are these kind of systems which are existing even in any organizations are still being maintained by IT firms, or in other words big IT firms. They are doing all these things on a contractual basis, these systems, different kind of activities. The organizations implement ERP packages on time and within budget. The organizational centralize support groups with their IT department, because the IT department plays a very important role in this kind of activity. So today we do have a talked about the ERP system, how these things are going to be the beneficial of all those things, what kind of the organizational needs are going to be there, which are the areas where these organizations must concentrate when they are just looking for implementation of the ERP system, which include your change management, about the organizational requirements, about your IT excellence and all. So we do have talked lot about the ERP system, which giving starting with the internal audit, the system, what are the system are involved, how the costing is going to be done, how much it is cost effective and how much it is benefited to the an organization, to the society and all. Thank you.
Sir, I have few questions in that regard which I would like to ask you. Is that how is ERP system helpful to say e-commerce?
You are very rightly, very important question. This e-commerce, in the area of e-commerce, the ERP system is playing a very important role. We do have given an example to you. Take a simple, if you are just looking to buy a product from the market, you just go through the market and later on you realize that if you search on the net, that too from the different sites, you may be finding that the same item is available on the net, maybe it is in a less price and you are getting a branded thing. The moment you apply, the moment you go to the system, automatically that system, they just ask for a login. They must, sometimes they ask for your information also, what is your name, address and all the details. Once they get it created, you can easily buy that product with those organizations. They are maintaining through their ERP system, as we have just given an example, they will just prepare a customer report. They maintain the customer database itself. Once you have got attached with them, automatically they will try to respond you as and when required. Any kind of promotional or some activities are taking place, or even the order you have just given a particular item, they will try and they will see that within a limited time it should be delivered to you and you should work as a satisfactory customer. What is the role of ERPs here? Once you have ordered, now you become a valued customer to those society. Now what is important, because they have your all proper information. I have given an example where even your mobile number have been taken. Next time, any moment if you call those organizations through your mobile system, automatically they will recognize you. As their database is very active, through the mobile system they know that you are calling and you still look like inquiring about a particular product, maybe some kind of problem, so they will try to resolve all those things. So ERP system is playing a very important role in the entire process, where supply chain management is very important. So your all information is going to be stored. Not only this, even your behavioral activity, in the sense they will maintain the payment history as well as all other details, so that in future they can properly interact with you. That was how the ERP system is much more beneficial in the system.
On that note, I would like to thank sir for this very enriching and informative lecture, and I would like to thank you, dear friends, for watching our show. Stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you.
Thank you.